I was always attracted to music I don't know, maybe, I guess I was 8 years old. And I started playing drums and got my first drum set when I think I was 10. And I kind of never left it there. In terms of thinking of it as a career, when you're 10, you just think of playing drums. You don't think of that you can make a living from it. That's something that is outside of the conception, because you do it because you love it. And why would you stop? Okay. You can make it. That message wasn't always true. You can make it. I would caution that what you need to bring is an open mind. Because bring your richness, bring your core, bring yourself, but play it in the system. There is a global dynamic in Canada that is different from many other countries, and there is an openness to share, but there is also an expectation of the quality of your work.
I met Sal over 25 years ago, and it's great to meet musicians like Sal, because he's not just a musician, which means he's a very well-rounded person.
If I look at the Canada that I arrived at, that would be a really good departure point for addressing how I dealt with those tears, or how I dealt with what I found. The Canada that I came to in 1972 was very different from the Canada of today. It was a place where to be from Latin America was to be exotic. People didn't really have access to everyday Latin Americans, really not that often. And many people, I was the first Latin American they had ever met. And I know looking back, that was only 1972, but that was a long time ago in a very different Canada.
And Sal was probably the first salsa group in Vancouver was called Sal Ferreras. And Oscar was singing in it, and so many musicians went through the group, but they were doing Cuban music and salsa from Puerto Rico, Mexico, America, of course, Cuba.
Playing or watching or learning and observing what he brought from his background is rhythm. Of course, he's a percussionist, and you can see his knowledge and his ability to combine percussions from different backgrounds, and then using his knowledge and inviting other people like me to join to make it work. So to me, that's the most important musically, which is his rhythm.
In my years as a musician and an educator, I was able to, in a sense, very gently insinuate Latin musical or Latin American musical traditions or flavors into all kinds of things, to the point where the group of us that were involved in doing those kinds of things made it normal.
Whatever he does, it's always done with good taste, great arrangements and seriously done. That's another thing, he's serious. When he does something, he does it as best as he can. So yes, he's a fantastic person.
You don't know what you don't know. And therefore, if, as I advise other people to do when coming into foreign cultures or foreign environments, listen first, then act. You are a guest. Act as a guest, understand, get to know the host, then share, and only then will you see that the fruits of your labor will be multiplied many times over. Just that open mind.
By having Saul in our community is because he has the ability, which is wonderful ability, not just a musician, as an artist, but also organizer and visionary. And that is very important for all other people who are not organized, but still musical, artistic, and be part of this community. This is where one thing I think Sal has stand out for.
It's very easy, and I'm sure that other immigrants will tell you the same story. It's very easy to use heritage or to fall into the trap that heritage is who you are. No, heritage is where you came from. When I did my doctorate, I did it in ethnomusicology. So the ethnomusicology is essentially musical anthropology, the study of why people do music. And so in ethnomusicology, we have this concept or phenomenon, which is that a culture that is removed from its origins tends to be much more conservative about those origins than the culture that it came from.
Aquí le traemos de este corazón esta plena pa' que goce que viene de San Antonio.
Sal is fabulous.
Sal is fabulous.
Yeah.
And the whole group he put together, they were making beautiful music together.
Having come to Canada was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. And that had I stayed, I would have probably lived a normal life, but I have no doubts that it would not have been as rich and as exciting and as full of love as I have found here. I am a lover of people, a lover of beauty, a lover of hard work, and a lover of the creative process that reinforces our existence and our belief that truth and beauty is the ultimate goal of a life lived.